How you doing, everybody, and welcome back to Dicey Decisions, where we roll dice, spin stories, and play some head-to-head. This week's Dicey Spotlight is someone named Sarah. You may know them as the combat wheelchair creator at Mustang's Art on Twitter. However, that is not all Sarah is involved with. Sarah has written for The Witcher TTRPG, is currently writing for Starfinder, working on a lot of DM's Guild products, and is the founder of Heroes Without Limits. You can find at HWithoutLimits at Twitter as well. I'm going to link all of the stuff that Sarah's working on, the stuff Sarah's involved with in the thing below. I recently had an idea for an NPC for the show, so I went through and took a look at the combat wheelchair, because I'm just trying to find more cool stuff to do, and I've been following Sarah for a little bit, so go ahead and check Sarah out. That's kind of all I got. I'm going to put a bunch of links in the description you should click on. Yep. Let's play a game. Anyway, so Troy, what happened last time?
Fuck if I know.
Peter.
It's either that or Carly and Kit go one word at a time.
No, you know what? I will save ourselves and the listening audience the pain.
Someday.
So we started to set sail on the little barge thing down the river. Kit wanted to, or Helga wanted to row, so she did. Then we got to the docks at Little Lugvalt, and a guy fished up a mudcat that we proceeded to melt.
Because it rolled very low in initiative, and it almost ate Finnan.
And then I remembered, oh yeah, this thing that you just gave me, and did a fuck ton of damage. And I think that's it.
Helga absolutely masterfully filleted the mudcat.
Oh yeah, we have like
That's gonna take a
5 days worth of food.
When Helga's done, you're gonna have about 5 days worth of food, but it's gonna take like a good couple of hours to like get that whole thing like shot. That's a big fucking thing that you just pulled into the boat.
We have 5 days worth of food. Is what I'm learning.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you have 5 days worth of fresh fish jerky.
Fuck yeah. I was going to say that so rolled a nat 20 and saw like the cycle of life. I remember that with like I think what was it, alligators and deer eating each other, or alligators eating deer.
Oh no, the cycle.
I don't remember.
That
Something
is-
like that.
Jesus Christ.
You did not see an Ouroboros of deer and crocodile. However, you did witness a deer that you had not seen before. Some sort of deer-like creature being absolutely mauled to death by a pair of giant Northland crocs. It was just something you saw.
Wow.
The circle of
I
life.
sure did record
Yes.
that in some parchment on what I assume is a journal. Huh.
Yeah, when those crocodile die, they become the grass, and then the deer eat the grass.
No, they become the mud,
They
and then they
deer.
become the. No, they become the mud, and
Then they become the
tree.
cat.
And then they become the cat.
This is, you know what? I remember a different start to the Lion King, but maybe the live action's different.
It's not
Yeah,
the Lion King, it's the mud emperor,
The Mud Emperor.
Mud Cat Emperor.
mud cat
The
emperor.
Mud Emperor. God. Get that shit.
Okay.
Get that shit sent to Hollywood right now.
Copyright.
So, that is what happened last we left our story. Which brings us to now. Your ship, rowed rhythmically by robots, say that 5 times fast, slowly pulls alongside. I'll give you a second to try.
Several
Over the
robots
mirror.
and
No,
one
I can't do it.
Helga.
Nope. Yes.
And one Helga. No, Helga's filleting the fish.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I'm using my muscles for right now.
Yes. So your ship slowly pulls alongside the docks that jut out from Little Lugvalt like so many spines from a Northland croc. The skittering robots moor the ship as Britha steps off and speaks/bullies with the dockmaster. As you all kind of, let the ship get settled, gather your things. Helga just finishes up filleting the creature. I think you rolled a really high, so I'm just gonna say you get it done.
I rolled a nat 20 on that.
Yeah, you did. You expertly get this shit done.
She
One of
get
your
her
cousins
done.
is from the Mudcat tribe. Was. Oof. Sorry.
Hey, Kit.
Wait, do the Mudcats get wiped out too? Fuck.
Well, they were, but no, it's like Divergent, where you can like at a coming of age ceremony, you can like transfer between the tribes or things like that, or between marriages and pairings and things like that. Yeah,
for a
it's not
second,
all
I thought-
hereditary.
I thought you were gonna say that like the mudcat species itself was wiped out. We are eating
Was
it,
a mudcat,
and we
you
are.
killed the last of its species.
I thought we were eating like
My
an
cousin was
endangered
a Mudcat.
species. I was like, oh, this sucks. We're eating
No,
the
these things are.
things.
This species is a danger, not endangered.
You know, the last Mudcat was not a great sequel to the last Unicorn.
The sun begins to set, but the sun will be setting soon. So it would know exactly that it's going to be setting in about 2 hours, because keen mind.
Good job, Sit.
Thank you for not being as anal about that feature as most players would be.
I'm only.
As I would be.
I would only like be annoying about it if it was like relevant to investigating and shit. But I'm on a boat, so I don't care.
Yeah, like repeating a villain's entire evil monologue to the people in power of the...
You love that and shut up.
Yeah, I loved it. So yes, the sun is setting soon, and the evening here is bustling. Finnan, you would remember that the city was always in a constant state of motion. There's this cacophony of shouting, singing, laughing, interspersed with music. Spicy, strange smells waft across your noses, and the warmth of the sun on your backs is contrasted by the cooler air of the oncoming evening. Henri, who has not quite yet disembarked, turns to you all and says, "Thanks, y'all, for the help again." if you want a leg up in town, come on down to my place of employment. And he points over the mostly low buildings of the more dock area towards city center. It's on the corner of North Road and Main Street. Big building, can't miss it.
Of
And
course.
with that, he turns on his heel and saunters off, disappearing into the crowd. So, Lightningvars, what are you doing?
Okay, so he works for somebody, right? He said he has a place of employment.
Oh yes, that's how we say it in the Mist Kingdoms. I'm
Is it now?
I'm fucking with you. I don't know where his accent came from.
You know, I'm pretty sure even he wouldn't know.
He just kind of says syllables. Hope they make sense.
Very presidential.
Burn!
We have the greatest dragon in the dungeon, and they are good, and they are great dragon.
My dice all roll 20s every single time.
Don't check.
Just a piece of paper with the word 20 written on it.
Okay, I'm replacing Hamilton Jar with like bad presidential impressions Jar.
I mean, any would be a bad.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
So, Finnan actually takes some initiative.
Mm-hmm.
And stabs Helga.
No.
Yes,
I
this
mean-
is the arc where I turn on everyone. Finnan
All right. Wait.
comes up to the up to where we're tied off at the docks, hops up onto it and just says, "Well, I'm going to go and try to figure out where this place of employment is and try to get my bearings here. Anybody want to join me?
Bearings.
We don't have to stay together."
I will come get bearing.
Soot shrugs and like trots along with you two.
Soot
Yay.
shrugs. Soot shrugs. Soot shrugs. Soot.
Shrugs. Shrugs.
Soot shrugs his shoulders.
Guys, I'm not naming this episode Shoot Shrugs.
Again.
I'm going to follow Finnan.
Okay,
Oh,
so
we're
I'm
going
leading the
after-
party now.
Yeah.
All right.
You're the party leader.
Like we don't have any
Your
goals
turn.
in this place. I'm like,
Yeah, this is basically just a stop along the way.
I mean, Finnan and Helga had goals.
Yeah.
Crap, what's my goal here?
Look.
Is this the place? Is this the place with my people? This is the place
Yes,
with my
this is Lugvalt.
Yes. I'm gonna look around as we're going around the town because I'm looking for my bearings.
All right, Helga is keeping an eye out for bears. All right. Yeah, go ahead and as y'all are walking and just it's so interesting. You move into the docks district and it's mostly ramshackle, quickly put together buildings. There's some permanent shacks that are being used as storehouses, and there are carts moving to and fro. You have to like actually time crossing the street so that you don't get run over or trampled by various beasts of burden or just groups of people just rushing along their way. There are all manner of people here. This is a far more diverse city than Dagdaral actually was. You see half-elves, you see full-blooded elves, you see mostly humans as per usual, but you see plenty of Dragalians, some actual middlings kind of walking around, just kind of chuckling to each other, most often of them just having just told a boisterous joke. It's just this crazy cacophony of sound and noise and life, and it's kind of energetic, and you feel yourself a little bit infected by it as you guys kind of move a little faster through the city. You take the main road that connects most of the docks north and west, because Finn and you do remember that is the most direct route and the least muddy route, because there are no paved roads as of right now. It's all planks of wood put down over some of the more larger puddles, but it's mostly dirt and gravel. Until you actually do get to one of the 3 paved roads of the actual city, which is Main Street. And you can see to the right is the river, where Main Street kind of stops at a copse of trees. On the opposite side of which you can see this 500-foot wide river, which is one of the tributaries that feeds into the Dothar. And on your left, as you're kind of standing on this sort of a sidewalk, really, of a bunch of cobblestone, you can see the main wooden gates of the city open. The gates are ajar to allow carts to come through single file, just, so people can, like, check contraband and things like that. Not really checking that hard, though. And you can see, as you are moving on the opposite side of the road, is almost kind of like a park where there are some trees and some nicely kind of like tossed gravel paths that kind of wind haphazardly through hundreds and hundreds of tents and stalls and booths and some carts that have like open awnings so people can sell things out of their carts. It is just, it looks like a Ren fair on the opposite side of Main Street. And you begin making your way towards city center, where Main Street divides twice into the North Road and Lugvalt Way. And as you approach, or while y'all are walking, because this does take a bit, Helga, go ahead and roll a perception check to look for bears.
2.
Can I give her the help action?
How would you be helping?
Also looking for bears.
Do you know that does Soot know that Helga's in town for looking for these things?
I don't think Helga's really talked about
No, Helga hasn't talked about it.
No one's let Helga talk about it.
Helga's just like, all my friends are dead.
Can I say that I've been like sitting on Helga's shoulders and like feeling her head turn this way and that way, so I'm also looking around?
No, that's where Crumpet's sitting. Jeez.
You have enough room to fit both of us.
Use a bear!
Crumpet is not okay sitting on you, Soot.
Well, he can sit on my hat.
He meows grumpily and drops to the ground and kind of trots away to take a shit.
I meow.
That's okay,
I make
he
the
needs to be
same
regular.
noise back at him. Meow.
He looks offended.
Oh my gosh. It is like having heavier Crumpet on my shoulders. Good for training.
But all of this being said, unless Helga specifically says, hey, look out for people that dress and look like me, I don't think that you'd be able to help.
Okay. Take your
So
cue.
sadly, Helga, you do not see.
Helga stubbornly keeps to herself all the time.
Also, like, I have totally interrupted Helga every single fucking time she starts to talk about her fucking past. It's okay, we'll get to it.
All she really has to say is, all my friends and family are dead.
As you are passing the basically the what you now realize is the famous white market on your right, with all these tents and stalls of people calling out to each other and selling and bartering and trading. You do see a familiar glint of metal as a paladin of Justine, and you do now suddenly realize, there's quite a few of them walking the streets, but they don't really seem to be doing much. They're just kind of walking around in pairs. And you do see one of them kind of lean down and kind of pass some money to a stall stall owner, and that person kind of passes back a bag of something you don't know, but You only noticed this because you saw it was a paladin, and as the paladin kind of like looks left and right and then crosses the street, they pass by you, and it smells strongly.
Can I try to?
Oh my.
Can I try to get a closer smell? I guess.
Roll a perception check, I guess.
It's the good kush.
24.
It is most definitely, and you are very familiar with this, being a frequenter of taverns and inns. In most places at Beconville, you actually first encountered this drug in Port Blitzing. It is the very potent, very originally named coral weed. It is Beconville's cannabis.
So he catches the scent of that and just. Okay, so there is. You said it was coral weed?
Coral weed.
So there is some coral weed sales going on here.
It's not a faux pas to sell it, but it is a controlled substance in most more stricter nations, just because it's a recreational drug, you know.
Yeah, it's the sort
That's
of thing
all.
that he probably would not have encountered in Daggerall.
No, definitely not. Daggerall is very prudish.
So him getting a whiff of that, he's just like, oh, that brings me back.
Worst city ever.
What?
Daggerall, not this.
Oh.
So
I didn't quite understand what you were talking about. Yeah,
Whose voice
Gargano
is
read it
it?
there too.
Okay. This is how we found out.
Yep, that's how you found out Gargano Red had been following you guys this whole time.
I would hope
Um,
so.
So as you're as you continue walking down the way, are you guys looking out for anything, or just kind of looking for his place of Henri's place of employment?
I'm going straight for the place of employment.
All right.
Eventually, we're gonna say that so fast it's just gonna sound normal.
Employment.
I hate it.
Employment.
it's
So
not-
Employment.
we're going through the white tent Ren Fair area though, right?
You are walking
Or are we-
alongside it. You can see it through the trees.
Okay. Okay, that's different.
If you were to look at a map of, I believe I sent a map to y'all.
I'm looking at
You
it.
did.
I'm kind of like, so we're in the business district?
You are
Or the dock
not yet in the business district. You are at the horizontal road in between the dock district and the trade district. And so on your right, you can see the trade district, which is known as the White Market, and you are approaching the business district and city center.
Okay, I see. And then we're walking along what I assume is the river, the long canal you were talking about. Is that or
Main
is that
Street,
the-
yeah.
Okay, that's the road. Okay. Okay. Sut is the thing is Sut would be very distracted by the trade district.
How about this? Finnan looks over and sees Soot definitely getting like sidetracked by looking at the market. And he looks over and just says, "Yeah, is he something you like over there, Soot?"
Curious wares. And he does like a little grin. Like,
You know, it probably would be wise to figure out, what's in the markets here besides, coral weed. Which, don't get me wrong, it's a good time, but there's more to it.
what's Sut know about
So,
coral weed?
You got no fucking idea.
No then. Coral weed?
Well, roll 2d10, roll a percentile die.
Okay. Let's
I would say, growing up in a cloistered religious community, there is a 33% chance that
That's like- Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, there's like, maybe.
I went to Catholic school.
I rolled 7 and a 50.
So you got a 57. You do not know what coral weed is.
I nod as if I do, though.
So you didn't recognize the smell.
Yeah.
Okay.
What strange herbs. Yeah, I nod as if I understood what Finn is talking about, though.
Yes, indeed.
So I mean, if you want to go check out the market, I would love to know what's going on, but I want to figure out, I want to see where Henri works, see if we can if I can get a little bit more leverage than I had the last time I came through.
Okay. Soot points in the direction y'all are heading to, and then to his mind, I follow later.
Yeah, here. And he kind of looks around the little town square area as I pull up my map. See that, that big, like, circular area right near the bank of the river? Let's meet there in a couple of hours.
He makes 2 clicking noises and a thumbs up.
And, Helga, Katrina, you can go wherever you'd like.
Helga, did you want to go and see if we could find lodging for the night and we can all meet up back at Henri's place of employment?
Employment.
Pardon me, employment.
Yes, that sounds good. What is employment again? I just don't know. What is it?
So
To be fair, I don't think any of us quite know.
Employ?
Where he works.
Oh.
Cat will put both hands on Soot's shoulders and make him look her. I had to make myself pronounce it properly. And make him look her in the eye. Soot. Soot, look at me.
Da?
You're not going to get into any trouble, right?
Sut is a good boy.
Your track record suggests otherwise.
Sut, like, puts his hand on his chest, like, okay. He crosses
Maybe
his
someone
heart.
could go with Soot.
Soot is a good boy. He crosses his heart and holds up his hand. Soot is a good boy. And then...
No inciting riots.
No inciting
No inciting riot, please.
No inciting riots.
No dying.
No dying.
No snooping in places you're not supposed to. No getting into religious arguments with strangers on the street.
So, roll a deception check.
Can I give myself guidance?
Does guidance have a verbal component?
Yeah.
Then, I mean, Katrina would see you casting a spell.
Son of a bitch. Okay, fine. Okay, well, deception. Do I have anything about deception? I do not. Fine. It's only an 11.
Katrina, would you be trying to be insightful?
Yes.
Roll an insight check. DC 11.
Well, that was a 16 unmodified, so I know what shit he's on. So, this is a very different town, city from Dagdaral. A bitch will shank you. So
it will be a good boy. No inciting riots. No religious arguments. No, I repeat everything Kat had listed, and I try to look very, like, good about it, even though I'm kind of, like, miffed. Like, So can I go?
Like,
All
geez,
right.
don't trust me, I'm an adult.
and I will know if you get into trouble. I will know. I mean, I just pat him on the head and send him on his way.
You know, if you'd like, we can just go with him. Okay.
That would be great!
I'm already gone.
He's already gone. He's already gone.
Well, might be a good thing to go with.
It's good for him to get out on his own a little bit.
We need to trust him.
This is also true.
I know that, we're all very protective of him, but he is a grown boy.
Oran kind of looks at Gerg, because as you have sent Soot on his way and you all continue walking, you are approaching that corner of Main Street, and on your right, the North Road spreads out. And the interesting thing about the North Road is there's no carts on it. It's all people. And almost all of them are moving in crazy different patterns. It looks like a block party. Like, people are carrying food, carrying drinks. A lot of people are dancing. There's many moving musicians dancing around. There's like little sections that are kind of where people or little bands have set up to kind of just jam out with each other. And Oran and Gerg just like, they light up like a Christmas tree. They're just like, oh, you guys seem, you'll be fine. We're gonna go.
Yeah, go on, big guy.
Let's go. And Gerg just like kind of smiles to himself and follows after Oran, who just practically skips down the road, pulling out his mandolin and just going to town.
Adorable.
So now it is just the three of you, Finn and Katrina and Helga.
So yeah, I'm going to find, kind of establish myself, get my name and face out invisible.
Oh yes, you actually are at the corner, so you would see this huge building, which is kind of it's interesting. It looks like it's multiple buildings that were extended into each other. It's this mishmash of what looks like a manor and like two other buildings to either side that were just extended with bits of wood and stone to kind of make this kind of weird Frankenstein of a building. And it's about 3 stories tall. It's a big boy. But the most interesting thing about it is the people that are standing at the door and the a shield, not really a shield, more of a crest that has been emblazoned on the door, that is of a single claw painted blue.
And what was the name of the organization?
The Blue Talon.
Yes, so
It's the name of the organization that runs this city.
yeah, so Finnan just sees this and goes, so Helga, Katrina, you're going to find lodging, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go in here, cause, I think our buddy Henri works for the people I really need to talk to in this town.
Oh, sounds good.
And Finnan just kind of walks into the building like he owns the place.
Yeah, you go. Show them your business swagger.
And so you do. The 2 guards at the door kind of eye you as you enter, but you don't even give them a second glance. You're used to this kind of persona, and they let you in. They don't even try to stop you.
Good.
So we'll get to everyone else in a minute, because I want to do. We'll do this in bits and pieces, so everyone kind of gets a chance to do something. So the Blue Talon headquarters, are kind of a cross between a museum and an old mansion. Parts of the building are old stone, while others are this just very new wooden additions. And as you step inside, it's even stranger than that, with a central entry hall filled with statues and taxidermied beasts from all over the Northlands. You do actually see a stuffed mudcat over on one side. with its like kind of looking like it's leaping out, kind of thing. It's just, ooh.
Yeah.
A wide spiral staircase arcs around the central rotunda with archway landings that bridge to the several floors and the different spaces of this building. Henri, the whole space is filled with people with on their shoulder. It's interesting. Most everyone who is a member of the Blue Talon there's not really a central uniform, except for on one shoulder, their left shoulder, there is a single, usually a silver pauldron that is emblazoned with the Blue Talon symbol. And approaching you, smiling, is Henri. Well, nice of you to make it.
Well, I had to find your place of MP Loyment.
Well, I'm glad you did. It's very nice. I wanted to show my appreciation. I figured, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. What is it that the Blue Talon can do for you, my good sir?
Well, I don't know if you... How much traveling do you do?
Define traveling.
Have you been to Dagdaral or...
Oh, goodness me. No, people don't really travel much. That's actually kind of what interested me about you lot, because you're all kind of from all over, and it's only quite recently this year, breaching, don't know what a year is, that we've had any strangers from outside of, honestly, Dagduria. So, no, not much traveling, but might pick it up. Seems to be getting popular.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because I'm a tavern owner by trade, actually.
Oh, interesting.
And by that, I don't mean that I own one tavern. I own several taverns, all throughout, all down the coastline. And, I want my next one to be here in Little Lugvalt. Or in Lugvalt proper, I should really say, but I tried once.
Interesting.
I tried once, and they did not go for it.
Yeah, them elves down across the river aren't really too kind on making friends lately. As of late, actually, past few seasons, they've been a little more how you say, giving us the cold shoulder, which is it's all well and good. We take care of our own. But if you're trying to get some business started over there, I think I know the person you should talk to. Sadly, I'm going to have to pass the buck because I'm sadly a low grunt in this organization here.
Oh, don't you worry, Henri. Once I get this place started, and I will, don't you fret about that. You drink free forever.
Well, I'll be damned! And he slaps you on the back. Oh, we got ourselves a live one. All right, hey, you come on this way, my boy. What's your name, by the way?
Finnan Goodbarrel.
Well, Mr. Finnan Goodbarrel, let's get yourself acquainted with the head honcho.
Should I also be consuming Prilosec?
Consume!
Allons-y, mon ami! And he leads you down the way. Don't
fucking...
to be careful.
Consume
Prilosec! I tell you what, I'll eat some ribs. Gotta get some heartburn. Get Prilosec.
Eat Prilosec.
So, Henri leads you jovially to the wide central staircase that is actually wrapped around a huge glass case. Inside is just a tree, but on the tree is all manner of bugs and frogs, and it's just this huge terrarium that again, this place is like a weird collection of items and strange creatures from all over, not just the Northlands, you realize, but Bekonvel. You see some creatures that you've never even seen before, and as he leads you up and up, you realize this place is not actually 3 stories tall. It's about 5. that central that roof that you saw that kind of stuck it above most of the other buildings has 2 extra floors in it. And as you reach the 5th floor, it's rather small, about the size of, say, 200 square foot apartment. Not the biggest thing in the world, but you. Sorry, did I say 200? I meant like 800. 200 is like a room.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's tiny. I saw the number 8 in my head, and I said 2. Don't know why. And Henri knocks on the door and says, Miss K, can we could we have an audience? I have a person that those guys I talked to you about earlier. I was just ones that helped me not get eaten alive. And you hear interrupting him. You hear a voice. I didn't actually have vocal notes, so I got to make one up. You hear a voice say, "Yes, Henri, thank you. Could you let them in? That I don't know how many people. Just let them in. Yeah, I'm decent. Just let them in." And Henri's like, "Okay, all right, okay. After you, sir." And opens the door.
Yeah, I will note the moment that he said Miss K, Finnan was like sitting up ramrod straight, like clenched buttocks. He did not expect to meet, to get this far up the chain of command so quickly.
That's what happens.
And he kind of like tries to get his hair smoothed out. He tries to like dust himself off a little bit.
Doesn't really work.
Yeah, fuck it.
The effort was there.
Cute little business. You can do it.
So, as you are let in, the suite that you see that Kay calls home appears to be divided by a newly built wall with a curtain or some sort of tapestry over the doorway. This first room that you come into is covered in maps and papers all over the place. There's barely any standing room. Half-elf stands from a writing desk off to the side and meets you as you enter. She is appears to be descended from river elves, like Oran, but half-elf. She has these short braids that she kind of keeps back down her head. And kind of the most notable thing, she's dressed more like in leathers, kind of like easy to move around in, more like hunting gear. And she has that one pauldron with the blue talon symbol. The thing that sets her apart is over these leathers is a trench coat that appears to be made of Northland crocodile scales. And as she steps forward, it kind of billows behind her a little bit, and you see on her hip is a pair of chain sickles. Which is like, fighting sickles, but there's a chain connecting the two of them. And one of them, the blade is this weird cyan color that kind of is almost iridescent in the candlelight. Hello, I am Kay. Henri here has told me so much about the travelers who saved him from his rather large fish story. What brings you to town? Meanwhile... Kat and Helga.
That is us.
Yes, you two are amongst the crowds of Little Lugvalt. All of your friends have kind of gone to the many corners of the earth. What are you two doing?
All right, so Helga, you haven't really told everyone else about everything other than just the fact that your family is dead, correct?
Nah.
All right,
Should
so
I have already told them?
Well, they'd probably want to know. It would explain things. Are you still looking? Is that, why you want to be here, or?
Yes.
So how do we go about this?
I have been looking for bears.
Okay.
So far, not seen it. People that look people who look like me, or talk like me, or dress like me.
Is there like a missed connections board that we can post upon where it's just like, hey, all my family's dead.
I do not know. I am new here.
Okay, so let's try and find that out while we look for lodging. Try and kill 2 birds. I should not make jokes about killing birds.
You hear Soot laughing in the distance.
Oh my god. But laughing at his own death.
Somewhere like Soot sneezes.
Yes, let us go and kill 2 mudcats with 1 sword.
All right, yes, that's a much better way of phrasing that. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so y'all are going to try to basically ask around, try to figure out, hey, we're new in town, looking for a place to stay. What are our options?
Yes.
Instead of role-playing every single one of those, go ahead and the 2 of you, are you also asking around about any Frostburnians that might live in town?
Just asking if there's like a community message board or something like that, or if anyone knows. I know that, never mind, I wouldn't know that there haven't been travelers recently, because I wasn't there for that conversation, and I am not a metagamer.
So we'll just have the 2 of you roll either separate investigation checks or just one of you with advantage. If you're looking for the same thing.
You should go with advantage.
How bad is your investigation?
I have a -1.
Okay, well I have a +3, so I will roll with advantage. Not that it matters, natural 20.
Wow.
Hey.
Actually, you kind of walk off in the same direction as Oran and Gurg. You do lose sight of them, but you can assume that they're somewhere in this just fun-loving crowd. And actually, you don't even need to ask anyone, because as you're walking, you see this large square squat building kind of midway down the north road. So you're walking for a few minutes, facing these tents and stalls of the trade district. Over the door is a very carefully painted, a nicely scripted sign that says "The Spine's Respite, Inn and Spa."
All right, I like spa. I read it to Helga.
There you go.
What is spa?
A spa is, well, either it is a mafia front, or
Oh my god.
it actually is a place where you go and they like rub your feet and massage you, and it's nice.
Hot baths.
I do like foot massage.
Yeah. So maybe this is where we should try and get a room.
Yes, I like that idea. I was actually really looking forward to foot massage when I came back from my quest to find myself, but then everyone was gone.
Oh my god.
So you said that you were on a quest to find yourself. Maybe tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, my condition, where I am the bear.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah, it was
You're aware of the bear?
aware of the bear. Where is the bear?
Aware of the werebear.
I realized I sighed when my mic was muted, so...
Thank you for that, Troy.
You're welcome.
Yes, so I was away on spiritual journey to try and get better control of the bear within.
And how did that go?
Well, the quest went pretty well, but then when I got back, everyone was gone. You know, had been murdered.
Yeah, that's not exactly the homecoming that you would like to have. So you're in control of the bear?
More or less.
Is she telling the truth?
Roll a deception check.
It's gotten better. It got better.
That is concerning, considering how not in control it is.
Seven. I
It
got a
used to be
7.
worse.
It used to be worse than it currently is.
Yeah, so Katrina believes you that you... Katrina, you believe Helga.
What,
that
wait, what
Helga,
did you roll, Kit?
I rolled a 7.
Helga seems to be being honest about getting better at it, but that just makes you very worried about how bad it could have been.
It was pretty bad, and now it's just slightly less bad. Helga just does a smile grimace.
Looks at camera like in the office.
Shrugs his shoulders a little bit what you gonna do?
Yes, I'd like to try and see if we can find someone or some sort of news. I'm very sorry that happened to you, Helga.
Yeah. I am also sorry it happened.
All right, so let's head over to... That looks very awkward.
To the spa!
Yeah, try and get a room and maybe reserve some spa goodness. Not to be confused with ska goodness.
Oh my lord.
Can this be a spa spot?
Everybody, ska! If you really want it to be. If you pay extra, it's a ska spa.
Ska spa.
We have
Okay, I'm done here.
Can I get some spaghetti?
As you enter the spine's respite,
Is that no to the
Um,
spaghetti?
as you enter, you go down a long primary hall that then opens into a central common area filled with tables. Doors with numbers surround the periphery, and stairs to either side lead up to a balcony ringing the space and more rooms. The biggest centerpiece of the space is the massive skeleton of a Northland croc, hung from the ceiling, easy 100 feet long, but curled into the space as if it were sleeping.
That's cool.
Helga points at it excitedly. Oh my gosh, look at that!
The center of the common area is a square desk, think like at Barnes & Noble, that can be approached from any side. On the desk is a series of papers, pamphlets, and a perch for a brightly colored bird that blinks and tilts its head at you as you enter. There does not appear to be anyone else behind the desk.
Helga blinks at the bird. Are you Soot? Do you know Soot?
Welcome to the Spies Respite! Do you require rooms, leisure, or both?
Both.
The bird shrieks at you.
Oh no.
I would like both. Yes? Looks at Cat. Both, yes?
Yes, both is good.
The standard spa package is 5 gold per day. Night stay is 3. If you want both, it's only 7 gold.
That's not a discount, though. That's just the combined rate of both.
I mean, he never said it was discount.
You're not very good at math, are you?
Wait,
You said 5 and 3, right? Oh wait, no, I'm really bad at math.
So, you want both then?
Yeah, both is good.
Bird just blinks at you. Apparently that's all it was trying to say.
oh.
Great.
You
So
think-
I'll wait a few minutes.
Helga's like, do you think Soot would like him? I think they might be friends.
I think
Oh.
that's racist.
Yeah. That's racial profiling,
Ooh.
bro.
Helga's like, oh, sorry.
Go ahead and roll a perception check, the both of you.
17.
Jesus.
15.
The room is the central common area is pretty crowded, and someone who just seems to looks like maybe maybe a cleaning person or something. They're carrying a little basket of what looks like used towels. They walk past you and they say, "Oh, if you're waiting for the owner, they're just not really in, like, ever. If you just give Cole there the money, then he basically can handle all the transactions."
That's a smart bird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but whatever.
Okay, so I'm going to hand over the money to the bird.
How much money do you hand over?
It's 7 gold, correct?
7 gold per person
Per person.
Yeah.
per night.
Hey, so I couldn't even add 5 plus 3. Can you just tell me how many gold it's going to be for everybody?
For everybody, that's
For one night.
well, that's Katrina, Soot, Helga, Finnan, Oran, Gurg, and Britha. That's 49 gold.
Cool.
We got that.
All right, you hand over 49 gold. Cole takes it all in his beak, just like opens it wide and just and takes it all. Kind of flaps a bit, loses balance, flaps up, rights himself, and kind of goes behind the desk a bit. You hear like a ching ching as the money is dropped in something, and Cole pops his little bird head back up.
How many rooms would you like?
Let's do 1 for 3 rooms, please.
3 rooms.
And comes back up with 7 spa passes, which are like just basically little wooden cards, just etched with a nice little cartoony symbol of a sleeping crocodile, and
If we're sharing rooms, do I still have to pay the amount per head, or is it per room?
it is per head.
Okay, cool.
And you were given 3 kind of heavy ironwood room keys, each of which on the handle has a number on them. There's 107, 108, and 203. Or actually, it's 17, 18, and 23. This isn't an actual fucking hotel. They don't have that many rooms.
Cool.
Thanks for the
Anyway.
Thanks for the flavor.
So yeah, Cole kind of munches on some seed and stares at you.
I pat the little bird on the head. Say, thank you. Oh.
Roll an animal handling check.
Ooh, that's a 22.
Okay,
Be
so
nice, poo-poo.
you pull your hand back just in time to not get bitten by the bird.
Oh, nice.
The same cleaning person comes back around. Oh yeah, don't do that. He doesn't like that.
I am terribly
Thank
sorry,
you.
Cole. I am so sorry.
Did you-
She like bows as she walks away from him.
Cole bows back.
Oh. Okay, I like this.
It's very
The cleaning person says, "Hi, my name is Sindra. Can I help you get to your rooms? Do you need any assistance with anything?"
I think that we should be able to figure it out. I did have a few questions. Are you a local?
Yes, I am. I actually live just down the way in the residential district.
Lovely. We are new to town. My friend Helga here is looking for estranged relatives. Would there be like some sort of community, like notice board or anything?
No, really. Honestly, everything around here is run by the Blue Talon, and most all information comes through word of mouth. There's kind of no secrets around here. So if you are looking for someone, chances are they'll find out, or someone who wants to know about it will find out that you want to know. So if you just ask around, you'll probably eventually find them if they're here.
Does the name Blue Talon have any kind of significance to us, or is this like the phrase?
I would say, roll a history check.
4.
You know that there are none of the birds in Frostburn had blue talons.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so if you just ask around, I'm sure you could find out. I mean, if you'd like, I can maybe ask around some of my coworkers, see if they've know anything.
Yes, that would be
I don't want to presume, but are you Frostburnian?
Uh,
Okay, I mean, I can ask, see if anyone's know of any Frostburnians in town.
thank you.
But yeah. So those passes and they point to the little wooden cards that you have. Those passes, since you bought them after pretty close to sundown, they'll be good until the end of the day tomorrow. So if you wanted to get a bath in tonight and then go ahead and try to do full treatment tomorrow, that'd probably be the best way to get full use out of them. But I have to go wash these. So
Oh, thank you for the tip.
All right. Thank you for your help.
of course, y'all have a good night.
I don't know. Is tipping needed in this world? I don't know. Helga gives her gold.
Their eyes widen like crazy. Not like, oh my god, you just changed their life. This is a pretty nice establishment. I mean, it was like
Yeah, that's like
it was like 7 gold to stay here.
Yeah.
But like that was a good fucking tip you just gave, and they were like, thank you.
Helga's like, have one of these, I guess. Helga doesn't know the value of gold or silvers or.
Well, Helga does interpret that it meant a lot to this person. So
Helga's like, yay, I made someone happy.
exactly. So yeah, you two have 3 room keys and a couple of cards.
All right, yeah, let's go meet up back with our peoples, I guess, at the meeting.
Meanwhile, so that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all so much for being here. If you are listening to this on iTunes, please be sure to leave us a review because it super duper helps us out. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment about your favorite part and your predictions for the next episode. Excuse me. Hydrate properly, children. Please go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/dicey-decisions. There's cool stuff, fun bonuses, helps us keep the lights on. It's all good. And make sure you check out our Dicey Spotlight this week. Sarah, who is the dislocating GM, person who created the combat wheelchair thing for 5th edition. A lot of other really cool stuff that Sarah's working on, so go check them out. Thank you all so much for being here. Please be safe, share some love, and tell a story. Good night.